Hey guys, I want to show you the most broken OP busted build right now of Path of Exile 2. It is so efficient, wonderfully fast and powerful, and it's actually one of the cheapest in-game builds to make right now. And yeah, it's just I would say it's not quite meta, but it's there. Like, I mean, you just need the Temporalis. I mean, you need a Temporalis and Acquire the Storm. That's all you need, and you can be a god. And you can clear maps faster, boss better than pretty much any build you have made this season already. I'd say the next closest thing to being as OP as this is going to be like the Gemling Legion stat stacker. But yeah, as you see, this build is lightning fast and it just annihilates everything. You might have heard about this already, but yeah, I would definitely play it this season or early access, whatever you want to call it, because it's probably going to get nerfed, because this is like really fast paced for PoE 2. This feels more like a PoE 1 build on steroids, most likely. But yeah, we'll go ahead and go into it and show you how this build works. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do a fully mega juiced breach, 8 out of 8. The max difficulty, you can get it, and it's just takes care of business. You can just sit here and cast Spark if you want, but basically what we're running is cast on dodge, then cast on crit. And it's basically proccing the amulet, the Acquire the Storm, and it constantly casts lightning bolts, and the lightning bolts crit on top of each other. So yeah, basically this whole build is just basically stacking resources and getting as much crit as you possibly can. And that's where Blood Mage comes into effect, because you need lots of crit for this build. Another thing too is you're not using your Everlasting Gaze as well, because you're losing your amulet spot to go CI. But yeah, most popular setup for this, and I think it's the only one that actually works, is Blood Mage. And after this breach, I will actually go into how it works here, and you see it just basically stops the space-time continuum and freezes the whole universe when you hit tons and tons of monsters. I don't know if it's my PC blowing up or the servers. Yeah, it don't care. It destroys everything. See, I killed all the monsters, they just ran away. Alright, let's go ahead and talk about this build and how it goes together. So, as I was saying, Blood Mage, I've tried to make this work with Gemling, I've tried to make it work with Stormweaver. You just really need to be a Blood Mage to make this work, basically because of the crit. So, you get some juicy life here, and then you add a little bit of life base cost to the spells, but once you come down through here, you get crit chance for spells. Then you also get increased crit damage per 40 life, which is a good bonus, but it's not like a huge deal. Then down here, base critical hit for all spells is 15%. Now Spark has a really low base crit chance, so this is huge. Then also up here, you get 10% spell damage leeches life, which is absolutely huge for this build as well. So you can sustain mana, because this thing will just suck it all out right away. So basically that's what you want your Ascendancy Tree to look like. Alright, next up, let's talk about the skill gems that we're going to be using. Basically, you really don't need a whole lot. I'm not even running sixlings on anything, and it does all content, annihilates bosses. Your Lightning Bolt is based off of your Acquire the Storm amulet, which these are dirt cheap. You want to make sure you get a level 19 one, because there's 18 and 19 ones, because 19 will net you more damage, obviously. And you can pretty much socket them with whatever. I got Elemental Focus, Concentrated Effect, Considered Casting, Lightning Pin, you know, just pretty much all damage ones. And basically the way this works is every time you crit, this Lightning Bolt procs. And if the Lightning Bolt crits, it procs another one off of top of itself. And there's actually an internal cooldown on this skill. And that is removed by the Temporalis. That's how it just constantly spams lightning over and over again. And then to make everything else work, you want cast on dodge. Let me move this up a little bit here so they're closer. We have cast on dodge and cast on critical. Basically, you just throw like 4 sparks in these, some low level ones. You have one at the front, one in the back, one in the front, one in the back. And then you can use like fork or chain inside these, just so they, you know, you're just popping these off when you dodge and when you crit, and it just gives them more chances to hit, to proc more crits. So we got inevitable critical, and this one an ambush. You know, my crit rate is really high already, so let's see if we can see it here. Let's go up one of the sparks. 75.15%. So and then you add another 100% on top of that. So yeah, it's gonna pretty much almost always crit. So yep, basically every single time you dodge, which is your teleport, you'll cast 2 sparks. And then when that crits, it casts another spark, and then your lightning bolt goes like crazy. So that's pretty much all you need. 2 setups just like that. You want to cast on dodge, cast on crit with these jewels right here. Now, in order to make this big hunk of mess all work, you obviously need some spirit. So I got 290. All my gear of this character is dirt cheap. This scepter was like 40 exalts. Just I got some, you know, 190 spirit one with 157 mana, corrupted, garbo, whatever. Just grabbed it. Same with all my gear. You basically just want life and mana on all your gear. Strength and gives you more life, more mana, then obviously your resists and whatnot. So just getting life and mana on all your gear. You can also pump a lot of magic find into this build. It's really easy because it's, you know, pretty simple, self-explanatory, throw together build. Now, ingenuity is not needed at all whatsoever. I'm just using this because I love this belt, but you can completely do this build without ingenuity. It'll work perfectly fine without it. And then I just got me some big juicy breach rings, you know, with more rarity and lots of resist, so I can just, you know, 24 all resist on here. I'm just pumping in the resist from this ring to fill it up. So like this build, if you don't count the belt, I mean, it's probably like 55 divs tops. Like, it's a very, very cheap build compared to like these in-game spark builds and all this other stuff and gemling. Like, this is a very, very fast, the best build, I would say, and it's the cheapest right now. Now, I believe Temporalis is probably going to start going up now because it didn't get nerfed. I'm sure we're going to see this get nerfed going into the next season. I don't know if it's going to be after PoE 1 season comes out or whenever, but GGG said they're not going to nerf anything. So yeah, this is free game. You can play this and you can annihilate everything, and this is absolutely the best build. So yeah, my weapon too as well is just some cheap, you know, I mean, I think I maybe spent a div on this. It was just, you know, you gotta have crit and then plus skills, right? Whatever you can get on top of that, mana and more mana, more defenses basically, you know. That's the name of the game here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the skill tree too now that we're going back to it. So basically this whole tree, you're gonna be just going for like crit everywhere. Like you need crit, 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 crit. You just got to get lots of crit so you're able to proc everything and keep it pumping. Also, I mean, Jungroans playing this as well too, and I think his build's a little separate. I mean, you can go full mom with this if you want. I'm just kind of doing like a hybrid, you know, with life and mana, and I got this anointed here, damage taken from mana before life. I got more nodes here for it. And then I got these two here. So basically I got about 30-something% of my damage taken as mana. I didn't want to go full mom, you know, because when you're killing bosses and stuff, you're really juicing your mana and you're draining it really fast. So you kind of want to, you know, you don't want to take all mana damage before life. So you want to make sure you can keep some mana up to sustain during boss fights and whatnot. So yep, that's pretty much it. And Cast speed's important too. You know, you might want to grab a little bit of cast speed. I got these cast speeds here too. So the more cast speed you have, the faster your blink's going to be. Also too, I didn't actually go over that, but blink is super important. I mean, it's kind of obvious here, but if you're new to the build and you don't know anything about it, basically your blink has like an internal like 2 to 3 second cooldown. I'm not sure exactly. I know I got blink here somewhere. Okay, it's down here. And I also have arcane tempo on it to make it faster, and I got clarity right now. But yeah, so that's another big huge thing. Temporalis basically deletes your cooldown for blink, and you can permanently do it, which makes the build, which makes it turbo. So yeah, basically, yep. Let's quickly over that again one more time. We gotta have blink on. Throw that up here, bring it up top again. So our 3 main things, we gotta have blink, cast on dodge, cast on crit. And we got 2 sparks in the front, 2 in the back with chain or fork, whatever, some added crit buffs, whatever you want, and then your lightning bolt. That's all you need. This will annihilate everything. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump in here and do a max difficulty breach boss with 8 out of 8, as I showed you before, monster level 82, and pretty much all garbage gear. I mean, you can't call Temporalis garbage, obviously, right? But like everything else, yeah, nothing amazing, nothing to write home about. Cheap budget version of Temporalis. Alright, let me finish looting this and we're going to go ahead and jump in there. Just so you know, I'm actually really bad at this game. I'm really good at understanding all the mechanics of the game and how everything works, but like my play skill is like a 5 out of 10. I'm just not that great. Gonna go ahead and throw a portal down too in case I die, but I've stomped this guy. I've stomped him really good. At least 4 or 5 times already. As you see, it's like freezing up the game already. Oh no, I'm frozen. Am I gonna die? Nope, I'm still alive. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, he's sending his hand after me now. Come on, die, buddy. I'm not that good. What's he doing now? Oh my god, he's almost killed me. Alright, good, he's dead. So there you go. He's still got his hands, man. He's still trying to kill me after he's dead. Look at this. Alright, so there you go. If I can beat this, anybody can. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy when you're just teleporting, dodging around everywhere, right? So there you go.